Welcome to the Daily Coffee Pro by Mapper Forward, friends. I'm your host, Lee Safar, and today we're going to be talking about your mailing list versus your social media and why I think that your mailing list has superpowers beyond what your social media has. Today, before we get started, thanks to our presenting sponsor, the Coffee Consultants Mastermind Group, we are starting up a new group in July. If you are interested in becoming a coffee consultant or you are interested in growing your business as a coffee consultant, think about joining the Coffee Consultants Mastermind Group, where we will explore the very specifics behind putting a customer acquisition plan together, having a clear strategy behind building your consulting business, and how to make sure that you always have the kind of customers that you want to have in your business. Check the show notes for links and register today. Now, let's talk about it. Your mailing list versus social media. Whether you should be choosing one or the other, or whether you should be using both. Now, I have to say, in all the conversations that I've had with small businesses over the years, the mailing list seems to be the one that people neglect the most. And it's important to understand what a customer acquisition strategy is before you can understand whether your mailing list is going to play an integral role in that. Now, social media over the last, let's say 10 years, has been the way a lot of people get the word out about their business. It's a great amplifier for people who may be sharing content and bringing awareness to what your brand is about. Your mailing list is a really great way to speak directly to people who want to hear from you. There's a kind of superpower behind the fact that when somebody registers for your mailing list, they are saying to you, communicate with me. They have given you permission to get into their email, their mailbox, and they have said, I like this business enough that I want to hear from them until I decide that I don't want to hear from them. That's the number one superpower that social media doesn't have. Let's explore why. You are, at the end of the day, beholden to the social media algorithms. And I see the most gorgeous photos on people's coffee-focused business Instagrams, and they're getting no reach. And the reason they're getting no reach is because they are not messing with the algorithm. There are different ways to do that. And it can be sometimes quite soul destroying that you put all this effort and all this often pay people to take photos for you, and you'll post it and they're gorgeous and you get zero traction. And that's because the social media algorithms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, the social media algorithms want you to do specific things that lead them to generate more advertising dollars. So at the end of the day, they're using your content to generate a revenue stream for them. And they will reward you if you happen to find the right flow of that. But it's hard work and it's a full-time job. Just taking a photo and sticking it up on Instagram or doing some reels or adding to stories on any platform, it's not that easy. It's not as simple as doing that and then uploading it and getting on to the next task. You've got to engage. You've got to make sure that you're using all the different parts of each of those platforms, and the content has to be engaging with your clients, your customers, anyone who follows you, I should say. It's a lot of hard work, and it's getting harder and harder to get attention. Your mailing list, however, is something that you can use to speak directly to people without an algorithm messing with them. Now, there's a tiny caveat to that. And the caveat is that if you aren't using the subject line and the email well enough, what will happen is that it'll end up in a spam as someone's spam folder. So that can be something that works against you. But if you are looking to grow your customer base and you are looking to target more sales and to tell people more directly about any specials you have got going on, your mailing list is going to be supercharged. It will have a higher conversion rate than your social media. But that's not to say that your social media doesn't have a place. And this is where we say understanding your customer acquisition plan plays an important role as to whether your mailing list or your social media is going to be the thing that generates you the most new customers. Now, there is one other thing here that we'll talk about in a future episode that is potentially a better lead generator for your business than both of those things. And that's SEO, search engine optimization. Now, if you can rank in Google on the first page for something that is specific to your business, for your niche, whether it be that you're the best specialty coffee shop in the area or you roast coffees that ship worldwide from a particular origin, whatever it is, if you can use search as a great lead generator and then bring people to a landing page where they can sign up to your mailing list, now we're starting to collect create a really great sales funnel for your business where you can target sales and retarget sales, but in a way where you're not, I guess, overselling to people. And that there's a really important balance to strike between communicating with your customers on your mailing list or overselling to your customers on your mailing list. Remember, your business is about more than just the products that you offer. If you've built your business well, you have values, you have a culture, you have problems that you're solving, which we'll talk about in a couple of episodes from now. But just think about your mailing list, whether you are using it well or at all, and how you can grow it so that you own the people. You don't own the people, the email addresses. You own the content on your mailing list. You own that list. If tomorrow Twitter decides, you know what, screw this, we're shutting everything down, you lose access to that whole audience. You do not lose access to the audience on your mailing list. I hope that's been helpful. This is the kind of stuff that we talk about in the small business mastermind groups. If this has been helpful and you'd like to join, check the show notes. Peace, love, and peanut butter, friends. Have an amazing rest of your day.